So whatever the formulation here, is there added urgency given that many people, including frontliners, are getting past their 6th month since their second dose? Kasi we've been speaking with a lot of experts saying na yun talaga you start counting from your second dose. And the data seems to suggest that by the 6th month, dapat medyo nagbo-booster ka na. Is that adding any urgency for us?
Well, yes, no, kasi historically, there really are vaccines na ang original dose nila is 0, 1 month, and then 6 months. No? Like the hepatitis vaccine, for example. Talagang ganun yung schedule. We have to remember when we developed the vaccines early on, nagmamadali yan eh. Kaya 0 and then 1 month. Tapos tinitingnan na kung nag-e-effect. So, kung binabantayan natin yan, kung dumadami yung mga breakthrough infections, no? Tinitignan natin kasi ayaw nating umabot doon. And then if we need to give a booster before that, we have to. But yung kailangan din kasi nating i-balance, Rob, yung urgency ng giving that third dose to a group of people. Yes. And at the same time, knowing that there's 70% of the Filipinos have not received a single dose yet. Na importante rin naman kasi na maikalat natin yung vaccines para mapababa talaga yung spread ng virus within the country.
Ay malinaw naman po pa rin yung priority as you said. But we ask also maybe as part of still trying to frame how people should behave. Diba? Kahit naka-second dose na sila, mahalaga pa rin. Dapat lalong-lalo na if you're getting past your 6th month, ingat pa rin tayo. I just want to ask, does the data say anything about that? Doon po sa mga breakthrough infections na nabanggit nyo, how much of that are people who've gotten their second dose but are now past the 6-month mark?
Yeah, well, in the country, for example, kasi we're monitoring, the FDA is monitoring, and we're getting, of course, we always expected to get breakthrough infections na wala namang 100 efficacy. So far, yung 3rd, 4th, and 5th month, hindi naman dumadami. Tumataas yung rate ng breakthrough infections. However, in some countries, they've noticed that after the 6th month, there might be an increase in that. So, ang pinag-aaralan natin ngayon, if we give boosters, kung sino yung bibigyan. No? So, unang-una, iniisip yung healthcare workers who are really exposed to the virus day in, day out. And then second, yung mga senior citizen. Kasi sila yung baka from the very beginning, we're not able to mount an immune response as strong as, for example, a 30 or 40-year-old. So we're probably going to prioritize some groups.
Sir, what are we watching out for? O kumbaga ano yung determining or determinant doon sa decision making natin? Is it yung level of efficacy to be given by a booster shot or a third dose, or yung if at all any possible danger when you get a third dose from a different vaccine?
Yeah, well, number one is always safety. Siyempre meron ka nang adverse events na possible when you get a first dose, second dose. Yung third dose, dapat walang additional, di ba? Titingnan natin kung walang safety problems. Especially if you're crossing over to another brand. So the safety profile is the first thing. You have to make sure that very minimal, or nothing unusual yung mga possible side effects. And then second, talaga yung efficacy. Kung may madadagdag ba siya na value to the people who are at highest risk of getting severe COVID and then dying from COVID.
But sir, is there any significant study? Is there any study or any observation that gives some sort of indication of significant dangers when applying a third dose? Anything to be worried about, in other words?
Yeah. So far, actually, wala. They look pretty safe, even crossing over. Kaya lang, like I said, the studies have been done on 200, 300 people. Yeah. You don't see rare side effects when you only have 200, 300. Yeah. You only see this when you have 10,000, 20,000 people in a trial. So, ito yung sabi ko na kaya parang nag-iingat tayo kasi gusto natin makita and then put these small studies together and see kung talagang walang safety signals.
I mean,